You're welcome to today's class. Now we are still looking at control flow, and then we've done the if-else statement, and I told you I'm going to show you loops. So in this class, I'm going to show you loops. I'm going to show you the for loops, I'm going to show you the while loops, and then I'm going to demonstrate the difference in each of these loops to you. Now, what is a loop? Let's take, for example, you have one container, and inside this container, we have a lot of fruit like mango, apple, pineapple, cherry, and I want to display them on the outside. So I bring out the first one, I go back and I bring out the second one, I go back and I bring out the third one. Now, that repetition is called what? A loops. Usually in programming, instructions are operated sequentially. First one, second one, third one, and you just keep going that way. But if I have to repeat, right, that constitutes the loops. So I'm going to demonstrate to you what is used in computer system using programming language to demonstrate this process to you. So in Python, I'm going to demonstrate the for loops and the while loops. So without wasting much time, let's get right in. Let's show you how loops operate in computer. Now, Python is a versatile programming language that offers various control flow mechanisms, including loops, to iterate over sequences of data or perform repetitive tasks. Two primary loops constructs in Python are the for loop and the while loop, each serving different purposes and offering flexibility in different scenarios. Now, the for loops, that's what we are going to look at today. The for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence, such as a list. I've shown you a list when we were doing data structure, tuple, string, or range, and execute a block of code for each item in the sequence. Now, this is the syntax for it. For item in sequence. So this sequence, like I said, the sequence is the first container that has all the fruit inside. Now, this item now is the second container, maybe a temporary container that is going to hold each of the items that you remove from this container. So I put my hand, so this container has orange, pineapple, cherry, mango, all that inside this. So when I dip my hand inside and I bring out the orange, that is the second container. Then I display it, orange, I drop it. I pick the second one, pineapple, I display it, I drop it. Now that process is a loop. So this syntax is telling you that item is the second container that I'm going to pull out, that is temporarily going to hold what I'm going to bring out from this container. So that is the item. Now, in sequence, so the sequence represents the first container that contains everything. So I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3. Now, a for loop is used to demonstrate when you know the maximum quantity of thing inside this container. So if I have maybe 5 items in this container, I can use the for loop because I already know there are 5. I'm not going to externally validate that expression. So I know that we have 5 items inside. So I will take out the first one, 1, take out the second one, 2, 3, 4, 5. The loop is over. The process continues. That is when you use a for loop. But if I don't know how many are inside and I need to bring them out, so I need external validation to show that once nothing is inside anymore, the loop should stop. That is when you use a while loop. So in this class, we are going to demonstrate a for loop. So this is the syntax for it. For item in sequence, when I bring out the first item, what am I expected to do? So when I bring out that first item, I should perform an action. Then I'll go back again and bring out the second item. I perform that same action. I go back again, I bring out the third item. So I'm saying this is for item in sequence, go in and carry out this code. So I'm now giving an example. Fruit. This first container is this fruit. So a variable is a container. So, and this is a list. Why? Because I have this square bracket. So this square bracket tells me that apple, banana, and cherry are inside a list. So this one container, and the name I'm going to give to that list is called what? Fruit. That is the name. So I'm having a container and I'm naming that container fruit, right? Then I'm going to write a for loop to help me display everything that is in that container. So I'm calling the for loop. The for loop is like a person who is going to carry out the action for me. So I'm saying for fruit in fruit, meaning I'm creating another container. This fruit is another container. The fruit with S is the first container that contains apple, banana, cherry. So I take the first apple out, holding it inside this other container named fruit without S, right? And then I will now say print fruit. So I'm saying display whatever is inside this. And when I open my hand, you will see what? Apple. Then I take out the second one again, which is what? Banana. Then I say display the banana and I show it out. Then I take out the third one, which is what? Cherry, and I bring it out. And I say display what is inside it, and I open my hand and you see cherry. So that is what this is. For fruit, which is the second container, in fruit, which is the first container, go in and print out whatever it is that you pull out. That is what this is simply telling us. So for fruit in fruit, print fruit. Now this is the flow chart. So the first container, which are the items, that is that fruit, the items are inside here. If no more item in sequence, then you go this way and you exit that loop. But as long as there is item in the sequence, the loop will go this way. So items, next item from the sequence, execute statement. Then you go round. You come back again. You pick out the second item. You execute the statement. Then you come back again. You pick out the third item. You execute the statement. So what is the statement? The statement is display it. That is what is in that syntax. So you pick out the item from the first container and then you display it. But before displaying, you are picking it out and you're holding it in a temporary container and then you display. So the action is display it. The action could be something else. The action could be take it from this container and put it inside another container. So that could be the instruction. So that is a for loop. Now let's go to our PyCharm and let me demonstrate to you how this for loops works. So these are PyCharm, and I'm just going to create new file. Then I'll call it loop.py. Enter. So this is it. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I have in that my syntax. So I will create fruit. I'm declaring a variable, and then I'm going to assign a list to it. So I'm assigning a list to it. Now inside this list, I'm going to put what was the first thing that I have there. Okay, let's just name it apple, orange, mango. So this is what I have. I just want to display this list on my screen. So I will go in and then I'll call the for loop. Then I will create a temporary container that is going to hold everything that I bring out from this fruit. So I'm going to name it fruit. I can name it something else. Um, let's just let's call it my hand, right? In fruit. Then I will go in and I will call the print function. So I'm saying display what is in my hand, right? So this is it. So I'm saying assign this list to fruit. So you declare a variable fruit, and then you are going to assign a list to it. Inside this list, we have apple, we have orange, and we have mango. Now I want to display the content of this fruit, the content, which is apple, orange, mango. I want to display it on the screen. So I'm going to create a temporary placeholder, which is what? Han. And then I'll go in, take the first apple and put it here, then go into the loop and print out whatever is inside this hand. Then I will go back again, take orange and put it in this hand. Then I go in again and print out hand. Then I'll go back, take a mango and put it in this hand. Then I'll go in and print out what is in hand. That is basically what this is. So when I execute this, you're just going to see the display of apple, orange, mango. So that is it. Apple, orange, mango. Now, if I come back here and add anything again to it, cherry, and then I execute this again. So it's just going to be apple, orange, mango, cherry. That is it. That's what the for loop does. So how it does it is it goes in, take the apple, put it inside this and then this. So the first thing that is going to evaluate is the fruit. It's going to evaluate this fruit. It will take what the first thing that is in this fruit, following the index, because this is index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. So it will go into this fruit, take what is in the fruit. The first thing is to copy it and put it in hand. Then this column is going to activate whatever is inside here. So print out this. Then I can say, I can now come back here and say print we have 4 items in the fruit container. So I can just do that. So I'll say after it finished printing apple, orange, mango, cherry, come out of the loop and print we have 4 items in the fruit container. So I'm just going to print this. So you see apple, orange, mango, cherry. We have 4 items in the fruit container. Now, this one is not part of the loop. It's outside the loop because the only statement inside the loop is this print hand, which is what? Using the indentation. So this indentation, meaning you move away from this place with this number of spaces, and then print hand is the only instruction that is in the loop. Now, when you finish printing everything out, it will now come out of the loop and print, we have 4 items in the fruit container. That is it. So that is what I want to show you as a demonstration of what? The for loop. Now I'm going to show you a for loop in other data structure. So this is a for loop with a list. So as we go on, I'm going to show you more examples on this for loop before we go towards the while loop. So till then, see you in the next class.